Women who live alone without a man are highly desired by men. But here's the truth about them, according to Carl Jung. There is nothing more fascinating for a man than a woman who is strong enough to be on her own, who doesn't need a man to lean on, and who can stand up for herself. There are many men out there who have never been attracted to a woman who lives with her parents or with her husband. They don't understand why other men would waste their time on these types of women when there are so many beautiful, independent women out there who are looking for a real connection with a high-quality man. A man wants to feel like he is the provider and the protector of his woman. He wants to feel like he is the one who is taking care of her and making sure that she is happy. When a woman is already taking care of herself and doesn't need a man to help her out, it turns a man on because it means that he doesn't have to live up to this false standard of being the perfect provider. It also shows him that she is capable of taking care of herself and that she is not going to be a burden to him. Men are always talking about how they want a woman who is their best friend, someone who they can talk to about anything and everything. But the truth is that men are more attracted to women who challenge them intellectually, not women who agree with them all the time. A woman who is strong-willed and can hold her own in a conversation is more interesting to a man than a woman who just agrees with him and pats him on the back. A man wants to be with a woman who is smarter than him in some areas of life. He wants to be able to learn from her and grow as a person. This doesn't mean that he wants a woman who is smarter than him in every area of life, but he does want a woman who is at least as smart as him, if not smarter in some things. One of the most important things that a man looks for in a woman is loyalty. He wants to know that she will be there for him through thick and thin, no matter what happens. If he can't trust her to be loyal to him, then he's not going to be able to fully commit to her. A woman who has been through a lot in life and has come out of it stronger on the other side is a woman who is truly strong. She's a woman who knows what she wants in life and isn't afraid to go after it. Men love this type of woman because she doesn't play games and she doesn't waste time. She is direct, honest, and to the point. Here is the harsh reality. Most men do not want a woman who needs them. They want a woman who can take care of herself and who doesn't need them for anything. These are the types of women who are highly desired and who get the best quality of man. Why? Because they are strong, independent women who know what they want in life. They are not afraid to go after it. They are confident and they are not needy. These are the types of women who attract the highest quality of man. Jungian psychology tells us that everyone has a shadow side. This is the part of our personality that we reject and try to hide away. But the truth is that these rejected parts of ourselves still exist, and they still influence our behavior. Sometimes they can even manifest themselves in negative ways. In order to understand the truth about women who live alone, without a man, we must first understand the concept of the shadow. According to Jung, the shadow is the part of our personality that we reject and try to hide away. But the truth is that these rejected parts of ourselves still exist, and they still influence our behavior. Sometimes they can even manifest themselves in negative ways. For example, let's say that you are a very organized and neat person. You might think that you are very different from your friend who is always messy and disorganized. You might even judge your friend for being so careless, but the truth is that you are both just as messy and disorganized as each other. You both have a shadow side that is influencing your behavior. You are able to keep your house clean and organized because you have the conscious effort to do so, but deep down inside, you are just as messy and disorganized as your friend. Now let's apply this concept to women who live alone without a man. From a Jungian perspective, these women are not as independent as they seem. They may appear to be strong and self-sufficient, but they are really just repressing their feminine qualities. They have rejected their shadow side. According to Jung, everyone has both a masculine and a feminine side. These sides are not mutually exclusive. A man can be both masculine and feminine. The same is true for women. However, most people repress one of their sides in order to conform to societal norms. For example, a man who is too feminine is often seen as weak by society. This is why many men repress their feminine qualities and become more masculine. In the same way, a woman who is too masculine is often seen as bossy and aggressive. This is why many women repress their masculine qualities and become more feminine. Women who live alone without a man have repressed their feminine qualities. They have rejected their shadow side. This is why they are so successful in a man's world. They are able to operate in a masculine-dominated world because they have rejected their femininity. But there is a price to pay for rejecting one's shadow side. According to Jung, this price is paid in the form of neurosis. Neurosis is a psychological disorder that arises when one rejects and tries to repress parts of themselves. Women who live alone without a man often suffer from neurosis because they have repressed their feminine qualities. These women may appear to be strong and independent, but behind closed doors, they are struggling with psychological problems. They may be anxious, depressed, or have other mental health problems. As we can see, women who live alone without a man are not as independent as they may seem. They are still very much influenced by their past and by the expectations of society. Even though they have rejected their feminine qualities, they still suffer from the consequences of doing so. So what should we make of these women? Should we admire them for their strength and independence, or do we pity them for their neurosis and inability to form close relationships? The answer, according to Jung, is that we should strive to become whole people by integrating our shadow side. We should not try to repress our feminine or masculine qualities, but instead embrace them both. Only then can we truly be free and independent. If you were to ask 100 men why they are attracted to a particular woman, you would get 100 different answers. However, there are certain things that all men find attractive in a woman. Things such as confidence, intelligence, and kindness. These are just a few of the qualities that make a woman attractive to men. Women who live alone without a man are often viewed as being strong and independent. This is because they have chosen to live their lives on their own terms, without relying on a man for support. For example, men are generally turned off by women who are negative, pessimistic, and those who are constantly complaining. No one wants to be around someone who is constantly bringing them down. Therefore, women who live alone without a man should be aware of this and make sure that they are not coming across as being too negative. Another thing that men find unattractive in women is a lack of hygiene. This is a big turn-off for most men, as it shows that a woman is not taking care of herself. This is especially true for women who live alone without a man, as they do not have anyone else to hold them accountable. Therefore, they need to make sure that they are taking the necessary steps to maintain good hygiene. Overall, women who live alone without a man are often viewed as being strong, independent, and confident. These are all qualities that men find attractive in a woman. However, it's important to remember that not all men are attracted to the same things, and there are certain things that all men find unattractive in a woman. By keeping this in mind, women who live alone without a man can ensure that they are doing all they can to attract the right kind of attention. If you disagree with my points, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. For those looking to achieve greatness, like the video for more, we upload multiple times per week. Click here to see 3 unusual things that turn women on.